Welcome back, survivors. Where we last left off, we were setting up this new factory, and I realized that I forgot something kind of crucial, because in this factory, we were gonna make the heat-resistant sheets. We needed the glass and the titanium sheets and the wolfram plates, right? We needed to combine 4 different materials to make one. Well, I forgot to get the glass. So I got to go grab 200 glass. There should be at the other base. I guess, actually, you know what? No. I could just make it here. I could. So what I've done, yeah, we could just make glass right here. I mean, we're going to have to anyways, right? So let's just do it right here. So I've already set most everything up and started belting it in. I've got my helium-3 coming in from right here. That's on this line. I've got titanium coming in from this line right here. It's not much titanium, but I think it's 180 ingots per minute. And then from this side, I've got wolfram and calcium coming in. I want to say it is 240 calcium per minute, and then 2 lines of 180 for the wolfram. These 2 are wolfram, and this one is the calcium. So I guess what I need to do is get everything a little bit closer to the base and figure out the logistics of how I need to set this up. So we need wolfram plates, titanium plates, and glass. So the glass is going to be made from the helium and the calcium. So I'll need to run the calcium line a little bit further on this side to combine it with the helium. The titanium I can just run in from right here, turn it into sheets or plates or whatever they're called. Same with the wolfram, I can just run it in right here and start turning it into the product. And then kind of combine everything in the middle to make our finished product. Yeah, that sounds pretty simple, actually. I hope it goes that easily. Alright, first things first, got down a couple furnaces. This is going to make our calcium powder. Well, we're going to combine that with the helium to make glass. We're going to need to put a couple more furnaces right behind this. I hope I've got room for everything hiding back here. We're going to make it work, though. We'll figure it out. Let's see, I'm going to need a furnace. I think I've got to run helium in here as well. So I got to leave space for the helium to come in. I wonder if I could, if there's a creative way to do this. If I put it like this, let's get a couple of them. I don't know that. Let me make sure I've got the right thing. Yeah, glass is helium-3 and calcium powder. Let's go ahead and set that up. I don't know if we've got enough resources to do 2, but I'm going to set down 2, and I'm just going to try and backfeed these, like, oh, am I out of resources? I'm getting low. Okay, I'm going to need to make some. If I belt these out, something like this, take that rail into there. How many do these make a minute? Is it 90? Yes, 90 a minute. So 90 and 90 would be 180. So we actually need a Mark II rail to come out. And I was just thinking of running it back here. This would save a little space. Let's turn it to go. Actually, no. Put down just a connector. Yeah, connector about right there. And see if we can snake this back to here. This will save us a little bit of room because of the way I've kind of set this up. Oh, I need to belt in the hydrogen as well. Shouldn't be a problem. I could put down a splitter and split it, or let me think about this 1 second here. If we run it like that, what if we just pushed it in like that? Oh, autosave. I thought the game crashed for a second. Would that work? Because this is going to ask for only 1 helium per minute. Yeah, only 30 helium is, 30 glass per minute is all this is going to make. This should work. It's not ideal, but it should work. They should run down the line to this one once this machine gets full. I'll watch it here for a second. If I have to, I can just put down another splitter and split it off both ways. But they should both force feed once this machine catches up on what it's asking for. It should start flowing down the line to the other machine. Okay, so that's glass. I do have it set up. Do I have it set up? No, that's why it's not asking. That's why nothing's going over to it. You gotta tell it to ask for the materials. Okay, so that's glass. Fairly simple. I'm not crazy about this, but you know what? I need the space right here, because I can only go this way with this factory, unless I just completely change. Because I've still got to fit the wolfram here and the titanium here. And then we're going to merge everything into one. So, let's set up the wolfram next. I probably need to make myself some building materials. I don't want to go all the way back. Am I low? Yeah, I'm really low. I'll just craft it on hand. I'll just manually craft myself some building materials like a peasant. I'll go grab the wolfram, grab some titanium. We'll make it ourselves. All right, there's the 200 glass we need. That is done. Setting up a couple machines to see kind of how I need to figure out this next line right there. Let's turn in this glass so we can actually unlock the blueprint and start crafting this. It's in the fabricator, right? No, it is in the furnace. There it is. Heat-resistant shield, or heat-resistant sheet, I guess I should say. Let's upload those and the points. Now we can make that in the furnace. So I will need some fabricators to turn the titanium. Let's see, we need heat-resistant sheets, so we need titanium sheets, wolfram plates. So I'll need a couple of... What's the output on this? Ooh, this is slow. It needs double the titanium. It needs 1 glass, 1 wolfram, and 2 titanium. This is going to be a slow process. It produces 30 a minute on the heat-resistant sheets. So I need to try and maximize that. That machine is going to be like 2 of them, I think. I'm going to put somewhere right in here. They got to face this way, though, so they can take the titanium from this side, the glass from this side, and the wolfram from this side. Yeah, so that's the plan. And then I'll upload them probably somewhere right in here, right on that, right next to the machine. I'll upload them. Probably put a storage. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I need a storage. They produce so slowly. Yeah, let's get the titanium set up, and then we'll come back to this in just a second.
You can be proud of the work you've done. Another order fulfilled.
Oh, cool.
For Future Health Solutions.
We unlocked, well, I don't even remember what we were trying to unlock. That's been a while. Future Health Solutions. What were we working on? What did we... You know what? We've actually unlocked a couple of things, I think. Future Health Solutions. Inventory upgrade. Okay, I'll take that. Cool, cool, cool. We also unlocked the large habitat with the Selenium Corporation. I think I actually did that off camera. I forgot about it. I was working on the base when it notified me I was not recording at the time. And then we also got the Griffiths Blue Corporation, the defense turret. So let's grab that. That's one of the big things I was looking forward to, was some turret defense for when we get the waves of enemies. Now, fabricators. I'm trying to think how much titanium I am running out from back there. I think... Is there a way to check what mark... That's a Mark II belt. So I am pulling 180. It'll pull 240, but yeah, it's a 180 coming from back there. So I need 3 fabricators making titanium sheets, right? Because they produce 60 a minute. Yes. Okay, so... If we need 3, I need 1 more fabricator. There's our titanium. I just got to belt everything in. That is... Let me go ahead. I can go ahead and drop the stuff I've got in my inventory. I don't need to hold all this stuff. It's kind of clogging things up a bit. There. And now, there is a button. What is the button to... Let's see, copy, it's like a copy and paste button, but I don't know what it is. Hang on a second, let me look in the options here. There should be, in our key bindings, there should be an option to like copy what you're building to transfer it to each subsequent building, so you don't have to go into each one. Let me look and see what that button is. Let's see how to do that. Oh, okay. Well, no. Yeah, if I look at a building and hit Z, like right now I'm building a, because I looked at the furnace, if I look at a fabricator and hit Z, it changes to a fabricator. If I look at a habitat and hit, I guess I gotta be a little bit closer, and hit Z, I build a fabricate, I build a habitat, whatever I'm looking at, and hit Z on the keyboard. But I was thinking there should be an option, I know that there was in Satisfactory, to look at a machine and like copy its input and output and paste it to the next machine. I'm just not seeing that in the options here for the key binding. I thought that was it, but that does not do what I thought it was going to do. That just copies the machine, not the actual blueprint or the production it's doing. So there may not be. I may be mistaken about that. I sure thought there was a way to do that in this game. Maybe it'll come later. It is still early access. I guess it, you know, it would be nice. A nice feature to have, but we can just walk up and turn it on titanium sheets the boring way, like a peasant. Okay, now belt in my titanium, and I gotta do the same thing over here for the Wolfram, and then we're ready to set everything up. That'll be pretty cool. Okay, that's my Wolfram line. I don't need as many. I can't make 1.5 fabricators, because I technically only need...
Activity detected.
Oh, great. A rupture.
I
technically only need half the number of Wolfram plates as I'm making titanium plates, but I can't make 1.5 fabricators, so we'll go with 2. And that should be everything, the basics set up. Let's see. We're going to need to place down our furnaces. I wonder if we could get this done before we get annihilated by this. So we've got to input 3 lines. This will be the first time I've actually inputted 3 things into one, I think. So the furnace does have 3 inputs. Let's just take a look at it real quick. Yeah, it's got 3 inputs, 1 output. Okay, and if we're going to make our heat-resistant sheets, we need to figure out a cool-ish looking way of doing this without it being too spaghetti. You know what I mean? I think probably the easiest way to do it is run as few lines as possible. Got to auto-save. Gosh, that scares me every time I think my game is crashing. So, as few lines as possible so there's not a lot of spaghetti. So I'm thinking of double feeding the lines, or in this case triple feeding the lines, because this machine's going to be slow. It's not going to be asking for many materials. Yeah, that's probably going to be the best way. Let me hide from this rupture, and then we'll set this furnace up and get this line finished. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to belt in the faster rail, the Mark II rail, just to make sure we don't have any hiccups between these machines, and then... Ooh, you know what I didn't consider is this rail only goes one way if I do it like this. Oh, this is not going to work. Maybe if I put another connector behind it. Well, I got to rethink what I was planning on. What I was planning on is just force-feeding everything through one line, but that would require it all coming from one direction. They're coming from multiple directions, so that may not be the way to do it. What if we did this, though? What if we put one more behind it? All right. So now that's 2 inputs, and could we squeeze a 3rd one behind it? Oh, it's interacting. Oh, it's interfering with another building. Because if we did 3, we could just pipe all 3. Oh man, it would work so nice if it was right there. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's move everything back 1 square. Leave that. That one's got to go. Alright, put down a foundation because it's going to leave an empty hole and that's going to bother me. Let's move these back 1 square. If you know what if you get what I'm saying. In another one of those situations, it is just easier to show you than to talk about it. Like that. Yes. And now we can get 1, 2, 3 lines coming in like that. Let's do the same thing for this one. Let's back it up 1 line or 1 square. Furnace, rotate. That way should work. And now I want to put in a splitter right here. Need 2 foundations down. Don't like those empty holes there. Alright, now all I gotta do is pipe 1 material per line and then run it. Since our glass and titanium are coming from this side, I'm gonna put them on the back side. So I'm just going to use, so I don't have to even consider the math on any of this stuff. Let's just run, yeah, this is the closest one. So let's do this. This. That is our glass. All right. And then any overflow glass will run to this line. The second line is going to be I need a merger. Let's do it like this. And pipe that one in. You guys can probably see what I'm getting at here. Oh, that's just my test machine. I need to pick that up, so I don't get confused about what I'm doing. That one goes to here, and we're going to do the exact same thing. This is going to run in right here, and any overflow is going to go to that machine. And then we will do the same thing over here with the Wolfram. We're just going to pipe one belt into there, one belt into there, and then use the faster rail to run it down into this, even though it's probably, I don't need the faster rail. And this one will run this way. This should all work. Keep in mind, should is the key word, right? And then we just have one input. I think that'll work. I guess we're about to find out. We want this to run into the machine, into the machine, into the machine. Now, are we out of power? Let's set these up real quick. Heat-resistant sheets. Heat-resistant sheets. Yes, insufficient power. How short are we? Oh, we're 10 short? Yeah, we're making 310. We need 320. Okay. So I really kind of overkill, but I'm going to go ahead and put down another wind turbine. No, they take up so much space. Let's just put down... Let's get the ugly, dumb little solar generator, put that down, and that should power everything on, and we should start seeing all of our resources float. Let me do this so we can get a bird's eye view here. You guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So once the materials hit this first machine, once it fills up, this line should push the remaining materials down to this side and then across. I guess alternatively, they don't even need to go across that back line, do they? I don't need that one. That one's a little redundant, isn't it? Yeah, because the glass is all going to hit this line and merge with the titanium. And since we're using the faster belts, there's plenty of throughput. We're not bottlenecked by throughput at all. All right, cool. That works. That is awesome. Now let's get down our cargo launcher. I wish it was a faster orbital cargo launcher. You know what I mean? Put one there. We'll just do one for each. It's overkill because they're not even gonna produce, but I think 30 a minute. So whatever. Let's get. Oh, I missed the foundation. Oh, that we can't have that. Can't have that. Fix that. All right. I don't even know who wanted these. Like, does anybody want these? What is that? Chemicals. No. Electronics. Synthetic silicon. Ah, here we go. Heat-resistant sheets for the Moon Energy Corporation. Boom. That one is done. Now let's see. Does anybody... Oh, I need more power. Dang it. This thing uses power. Oh, we still need to upload some stabilizers. Ah, since we... for the Griffiths Blue, we can go back and start uploading those stabilizers back at one of the other bases. I forget which one it is. Super magnets, nozzle. Okay, so yeah, Moon Energy Corporation is the only one that wants these heat-resistant sheets. I gotta add... How much power do these things use? 5 or 10? 10, so I need 20 more power. Ugh. I gotta put down 2 more solar generators. But I don't think we're really... The way I'm kind of thinking about this game... we got way too much space here. We got plenty of room. I kind of jammed everything in tight, thinking I wouldn't have enough room, but we got plenty. We probably won't ever come back to this base. I mean, if nobody wants heat-resistant sheets in the future, it's like, what are we doing here? You know, we don't need to come back to this base unless we can reconfigure it to make something out of heat-resistant sheets, like the next production step. Then we can come back and do it at this base. But that is that. Heat-resistant sheets are done. What is the next... Like, what is the next thing we need to work on? Oh, we need to go fix up those stabilizers. We could unlock this applicator. We've got tubes made back at the quote-unquote mega factory. So we can just go upload those. We're making ceramics at the... Oh, and we need some helium-3 to upload as well. to start making the synthetic silicone. So that will be our objective for the next episode. We're gonna start, I guess, ceramics, calcium, helium-3. This is going to be a very similar... Actually, we could do this one at the same factory we're making ceramics, because it's just going to take helium-3. Ceramics are made from calcium and helium, so... Right? I think it's made from calcium and helium. Hang on, let me back up a step. Calcium... Let's see, ceramics is made from calcium sheets, wolfram powder. Okay. Yeah, we could do that at the other at our other factory that it's down here that we're making the hydrogen 3 at. We could certainly just go back to that base, add another step onto it, because right here's our wolfram, and this will give us a good opportunity to use this flat spot that I wanted to use so badly in the last episode or two. But that is all the time I got for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.